Hello, internet world, wide world of people out there. Who probably means I'm talking to myself right at the moment. Oh, there's a ghost in the room. Oh no, it's just a phone with volume on. Hello everyone, my name is Susan. I am the creator of the card deck that we'll be using tonight to offer some free readings, some insight, perhaps a different way to look at something in your world, in your life. So this deck was created in 1985 and basically traveled the world with me before this year, 2021. It was born, so to speak. So here I have them in my hand, the wonderful deck. There's a few people out there in the world, a couple of different countries, mostly in Australia, that have this deck. I, of course, find them very intriguing. The lovely Miss M is just throwing the keyboard around the place.
What, the keyboard's not working?
And of course I've got rocks everywhere, so you can't just move the keyboard, rocks fall off it. I went to a crystal wholesaler yesterday, but that's a whole new story. So yeah, I'll tell it to you a bit later. Definitely had a good time. So let's have a look at what the cards will offer for a general guidance for all of us out there in the world. Okay, so this card, the card of imagination, the card of finishing projects and imagining new projects. This is a really fantastic card for new adventures, and this applies to all of us. There's a sense of relief that we're getting a job done. There's a sense of satisfaction that actually, you know, well, didn't think that I could do that job, but I have. And this card is like a boost, a pat on the back, a job well done, a, you know, confirmation that you're on the right track. So absolutely beautiful card to get. So yesterday I went to a crystal shop, a very, very big crystal shop, and I certainly purchased a few things I wasn't expecting, as well as the few things I was expecting. And one of the things that I purchased that I didn't know that I needed was something called green calcite. I'll show you a piece of it. I absolutely love it. I've only got a few pieces of it left. Green, it's got a touch of amethyst in it on the side there. Oh, I just love it. And of course I had to look it up because I didn't know that I needed it. So, and the little place that I use tell me that calcite is very good for emotional balance, which, hey, is something I always put my hand up for. I'm really, yeah, I'm quite happy to receive that boost whenever it's given. It helps release stress and resentment and strengthens your connection with your heart, as well as helps you with relaxation. So it was a wonderful sleep that I had last night with a house full of crystals, and certainly quite a large number of the green calcite, which comes from Mexico. And I'm a fan. I'm like, yeah, this is really quite a wonderful little stone. So if anyone is interested in exploring the pieces that I have left, you only need to ask, and I'll quite happily jump onto Messenger and show you what I've got in real time so that you can decide. Today here in Perth, Western Australia, all I can say, it was fucking hot. Oh God. I was in the pool at 3:30 this afternoon and it was 43.4 degrees. And I'll tell you, I just was still hot. The water was cool, the water was crowded, and it was fantastic, but I still felt hot. So the best pool I've ever find for a cooling down is, my sister lives in the country, and just up the road from her is a nature hole in the ground, and I tell you, that has cool water, and I spent many happy times just laying about in that pool with my baby sister. So the purpose of tonight, other than to say hello to you lovely people out there, is to offer you some guidance from the cards. So they have been given a seriously good shuffle. These are my Southern Cross Stones Oracle cards. And I'm very happy to ask them questions and see what insight that they can offer. So the lovely Miss M, do we have somebody with a question or somebody who would like a card in the room?
We have Sally asking if there's any messages for her.
Okay, great name. I love that name. Let's shuffle this pack up and have a look for you. Okay, so 2 cards jumped out for you, Sally. Okay, this one is a really important card, and I mean, especially at this time of year, it's probably a card that carries more weight than at other time. This is the card of home and land. This is the card of your inherited family. It might be the lessons of your childhood, the adventures of your childhood, but this card can be quite a heavy card to wade through, because what you've pulled with it is also the card of enough. It's almost like what this is telling me, Sally, is you've got an opportunity to say, hey, you know what? That's enough for now. I've got my plate full. I'm not interested in taking any more on, and I am interested in creating a bit of time for myself, a bit of time for my family of choice, and that can be your biologically related family, your really good friend family, or, you know, a new stranger that you've just met. Because, Sally, I'm certainly getting a really strong social, you know, a new social energy around you. So, and I'm also getting a strong sense of, you're not actually sure that this is for you. You're not actually sure, well, am I heading in the right direction? Because I'm really, you know, not that keen on having that volume of people in my life. But the cards are quite clear that you will be supported. There is a sense of home, there is a sense of family, and there is a sense of, yeah, I can do this. So, Sally, the cards are offering you the chance to be a little more confident and be a little more sure of yourself, and know that you need time by yourself, or quiet time, or whatever it is that you find restores your spirit. And please know that all of the people around you will respect that boundary too. Oh yeah, righto, today's not a good day, I'll catch up, let me know. Okay, so they're fantastic cards to get, Sally. They're busy cards, and I think that that's just what you need at the moment. There's a real boost of energy around you, so I really hope that you enjoy that. And I hope that the cards have given you an opportunity to perhaps think about the busyness in a different way. So now the cards are warmed up. I just really want to absolutely remind every person out there that me, Southern Cross Oracle Stones, never send you friend requests. I am not a person, as in I am a person, but the page is not a person. So if you get friend requests from people saying they are me, it is not me. I certainly will not send you messages offering readings or asking for your private banking information. I won't ask you to follow any links or put in your credit cards online unless you're purchasing something from my very safe and secure website, spiritandmindtools.com.au. And I do have a little shop on the Facebook page too, which is safe. The page that you're on now, where these live videos originate from, is the me. Everybody else, and I seem to have a few of them that like to think they're me. Yeah, they're not me. So here you are with me, and I'm really happy to be here. Very happy to have the support of the lovely Miss M. She has a very long commute to work, which I do appreciate. And she does all kinds of wonderful things for me in the bookkeeping realm, which is not my forte. So who's next on our list of inquirers, Miss M?
Next we have Jennifer.
Jennifer, nice. What a boost of energy around you, Jennifer. Let's see, let's give the cards a good old shuffle and see what card is picked for you. This is the card of spirit messages. This is the card of contact from the other side. So Jennifer, what this tells me is someone in your world has been trying to send you a spiritual message, and you may not have been listening, or you may not have thought that you understood what was said. So this card that you have drawn is asking you to write the message down as you thought of it and allow that clarity to come through the writing. I believe, Jennifer, that spirit messages might be a little daunting or a little not as clear for you as you would like them. So this card offers you learning that is really supportive. And Jennifer, I do get around you that there is a sense of, yeah, I want to be in a different place right now, whether that's physically or spiritually. What the cards are saying is, take some you time and go back from the people and places that are causing you stress and allow yourself to have the time. Because I do think that over the next year, Jennifer, you're going to learn to decipher your spirit messages in a totally different way. And that this will be a bit daunting, but awfully exciting for you. So I wish you a lot of luck with that. And we're always here if you need a hand, you want to ask a question, you can always pop in. So hopefully that's given you some different direction and a different way to look at it. Sorry if I'm scratching my head. I just had all my hair taken off again today. My head has issues in summer, so I keep my hair super duper short, and yeah, it seems to get on top of it. So I don't think I've got a card for super duper short hair, but yeah. Okay, the lovely Miss M, who would like to have a card drawn for them?
Samantha would like a card.
Samantha. Hello, Samantha. Sorry, I'm drinking at the same time I'm saying hello. Oh, it's something very refreshing about a cold drink, whatever your cold drink is that you like. Even when I used to drink wine about 1,000,000 years ago, I used to put ice blocks in it. Other people were horrified, but I do like my cold drinks to be cold. So Samantha, let's have a look. Whoa, 2 cards. You greedy girl, don't just want the one. What this is telling me is that you're going to change direction. You're going to have a breakthrough in an emotional issue. Okay, Samantha, what I'm getting is that you've been not holding on to a past relationship, but you haven't sorted it. You haven't understood it in the way that you are happy with. And what these cards are offering you is the chance to know that your breakthrough, your ability to understand and to put a past relationship in a place that is not so hurtful and is not so time consuming in your mind, and that this ability to see things differently is very, very close at hand and very well received. Because Samantha, what I'm getting is that you haven't hung on to a past relationship, but you've not, it's almost like I don't understand what happened. I don't understand how, it got to that stage. And for you to move forward into a new love relationship, that's something you need to understand. Okay? So they're really lovely cards to get, Samantha, and they're cards of completion. They're cards that tell you, yep, actually, I'll be able to understand that in a much more different perception and a different way of looking things. It's almost like back in the 14th century, you would go to see a witch and they would give you a broom and they would tell you to sweep out your house. Well, Samantha, that's what those cards were offering you from a spiritual perspective. Your house will be swept and you'll be able to start with a clean slate. Okay, so hopefully that answers questions that you might have had, and also gives you the confidence and support that that the struggles that you've had recently have not been in vain. The struggles have a resolution to them that allows you to be able to open up different areas of love and communication around you. Okay, so that's a really great card to have. So I really, not that I don't read the chat, the lovely Miss M reads, because I go off with the fairies. I'm like, yeah, I'm very good in a different universe. But I really enjoy, like, later on looking through the chat and seeing where people are from. So whether you're really close to me or really far away from me, I really would like it if you would pop in the comments what part of the world that you reside in, because yeah, in my brain I have a wanderlust and a travel bug, and I have done plenty of traveling in this lifetime, but yeah, I do enjoy finding out what parts of the world people are from. So if you could do that, that's purely for my interest, and I would enjoy it totally. So the lovely Miss M, who's going to be our next card inquirer?
Wichita has asked if she can have a message.
Most certainly. Wichita, I love looking into your life. I find your life really quite intriguing. There's always so many different energy levels that you work at and that people around you work at. It's like, yeah, you're a bit of a magnet for trouble sometimes, as in other people's trouble, but you have a very interesting energy to be involved with from a reader's perspective, and I certainly really enjoy that. So thank you very much for coming. So the card that you have drawn, my dear, is the card of process. What this tells me is that something around you is going to happen quite quickly. It might mean that something you've been sitting on for the last 2 or 3 years, boof, suddenly happens in a week. It's like, holy shit, that's really, like that happened much quicker than I thought. But this is the card of speed, the card of, oh, wow, I might not be ready for that. But what this card is telling you is that you are ready, and that you most definitely will be able to go with the flow. This card also tells me that the other people's energy that are around you, see how it's in blocks and goes down and quite deep, that this enhances your new journey and your new adventure, because it certainly has that whole exciting adventure kind of feel, and sorry, Spirit's just talking to me, and they're telling me, I don't know whether you've just put a new mat near one of your doors, and I don't feel that it's your front door, but what they're telling me is the mat is wrong, that you might need to look at it twice. So I don't know what that means, but yeah, I'll leave you with it, and you can certainly always send us some feedback. And yeah.
Susan, as you picked that card,
Yeah.
Wichita messaged and said, I really need new beginnings ASAP, especially work and finances, moving house.
Cool. Well, how important will that mat near the door be? Because the new house, you may want to put the mat on a different door, but that mat will talk to you. You will have that very quickly. You have the card of speed, the card of now, the card of it's happening. So I would start visualizing where your furniture, where your bits, where your brooms are going to go, because there's, when you go, you're going to go very quickly and be very happy about that. So if, I was just thinking, you probably already know a few energy boosting, circles and intents. So yeah, if you get them to work, and if you're a little bit rusty in that regard, you can always send me a message and we can work out something that you can do to help that energy come as quickly as you need it to. So let's have a look at the next person's card. The lovely Miss M will direct me, and my out there will come into the room for a minute.
Fee would like a card.
Cool. Great name, great energy. Now, this, oh my goodness. So, let's have a look at the 3 cards that fell out, even though you had 6 altogether, okay? So, Fee, the first one, this is the card of difference, okay? What this is telling me is that you've been slowly cooking up a change in your mind, and that this change has been a bit scary. I feel that this change has some formal academic learning associated with it. It's got work, it's got deadlines, it's got pressure, it's got something that you really, really want. And this card is saying that you will transition to that very shortly. I don't know whether that means that you will begin that or whether you will end that. But it is a really important process, and the cards are saying that it is very, very soon in your life around you. So you also, this is really a common card in this time of year, because this is about thinking about your mother, where you came from, how you came to this spot in your life. And so, yeah. And the other card that you've got, this is definitely one of my favorite cards. This is the card of insight. This is the card of intuition. And what this tells me is that you might have given your intuition the cold shoulder for a long, long time, but you can't do that now. You are not overwhelmed, but you are constantly reminded of intuitive messages. It's like your mother, your grandmother, or your great-grandmother is constantly around you, because I'm not clearly getting them in the room right now. I'm just hearing a dog bark and some conversations behind the noisy dog. So I believe that you will know who it is, that you will be able to talk to them really quite clearly, but that these cards are prompting you to, stop messing with it, start talking to them, okay? So hopefully that's given you far more questions than you ever wanted answered, because that's what those cards were saying. You have work to do, girlfriend, and you'll get to it. That's just the kind of person you are. You're an achiever. You might not like to be out there in the front line, but you are an achiever, and you will get things done, okay? So good luck with that. You can always pop in and tell us how you're going. Always very interested. So it's certainly been a really, really busy week in my world. I had last time when we were together last week, I put up a little special offer for $15 for 15-minute readings through Zoom. and quite a few people jumped onto that opportunity, so I've kept that on. It's still on the website. I must admit that the readings were a bit of a powerhouse, like boom, boom, boom. Lots of one particular person, I think, had 30 questions for me in the 15 minutes. So, yeah, that was pretty wild. Totally lovely person. She was, able to get what she needed. And I, of course, like the fact that I can be of service in that way. So I've still got those 15-minute specials. I think they're 15 minutes for $15, and that's still up on the website if anyone wants to take notice of that. I as I said, I went to the crystal shop and bought sparkly things, and so I've had quite a few visitors today that have come and bought sparkly things. And I met one lady that I actually knew very, very well 45 years ago. And she just looked at me and she goes, "Oh my God, I can't believe I finally found you." I'm like, oh my Lord, it wasn't that meant to be. So, very interesting day that I had. So, it's quite a bit of a shift with the whole way the planets have been this week. So, yeah, very interesting in my world. I got the Christmas tree up. I've even got presents under it, so it's like, whoa, things are changing. Let's see how things are changing in your world. Who is our next person, the lovely Miss M?
Next we have Justine.
Justine, let's have a look. Let's have a look for you, Justine, and see. I might give the cards an extra super duper shuffle for you so that I get the psychic message that a really clear answer would be well received for you right now. So let's ask the cards for a very clear indication. Okay, so you've got my magic card, but it's first, what they're telling you, Justine, is that you have support around you, and that will help you put your fear in a different position. Okay, fear by itself is just one of those wonderful tools. You can make it work for you. You can intensify the energy. And what this card is saying, that you have quite a bit of like fear that you don't know where it sits. It's like, I'm not really scared of that, but why do I feel hesitant? So this card is encouraging you to allow new ideas, okay? It's definitely the card of beginnings, okay? That in itself can be quite challenging, but I really believe quite strongly that because you pulled my master card, the card of discovery, the card of fate, Justine. So I'm getting a lot of strong spirit messages around you that it's almost like what I'm being told is that your hair color is changing, and I interpret that spiritually as meaning you have a number of changes over the next few months, and all of these are positive. So Justine, these cards are offering you the chance to take a deep breath and dive into the experiences that are offered you. You do have a lot of emotional support that is around you. Maybe you're not used to tapping into it. Maybe you're apprehensive about tapping into it. But I really believe quite strongly that the cards are telling you, Justine, there, you have the support, use it. Make the most of the people that are around you, and you will be able to create the life that you've been thinking about for the last few months, okay? So good luck with that, and you can always pop in and let us know how it goes for you. We're always interested to hear, always interested to have feedback on the oracle cards. And by feedback, I mean that's the good, the bad, the ugly, the farts and the warts, and I'm really interested in your very honest opinion of the cards. So who do we have, the lovely Miss M, that would like another card from the deck?
Next we have Pamela.
Pamela, I love that name. When I was a teenager, which was a million years ago, my mother had a client who was a friend who, my mother never drove, so she always had extra special friends that would drive her places. And yeah, one of these extra special friends was called Pamela. And I used to love going in the car with her because she would let me drive. I was probably about 11, 12. And yeah, so since then the name Pamela's always been very comforting in my world. So let's leave my memory out of the pack, give it a good old shuffle, and see what is in Pamela's world. Okay, change, change, change. What this tells me for Pamela is that the changes are all decided upon by you. You're the powerhouse. You're the person who is driving the change, okay? I feel quite strongly that you may have done it that way for 20 years, but next year you'll do it differently. Next week you might do it differently, because this change is very, very important to you and the way that you're going. Because there's a sense of, I haven't had a holiday for a while, and, you know, I really want one. And by holiday, I mean a proper unwind, not doing anything. You probably, you know, there's an energy sense of help other people. But what I'm getting around you, Pamela, is there's a need for a holiday, and that this will come. But it will be you that decides where it is. I do get that there is... the psychic message that I'm getting around you, Pamela, is that there is a issue with a vehicle. It's not an issue of safety. It's an issue of, I don't know whether you wish to change your vehicle, or whether there's some kind of, I'm not sure about it anymore. But what Spirit is saying is, yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. Now's not the right time, but if you really want to, you can. But, you know, they're supporting that. No action would be the best action in regard to your vehicle at the moment. So hopefully that answers questions for you, Pamela, and gives you a little bit of food for thought, okay? So who do we have next on our list? The lovely Miss M.
Next we have Julie.
Julie. Of course, that song comes to mind, which is always out there in the universe. Let's shuffle this wonderful pack and see what's in store for you. Oh my goodness. The busy card, okay? This is the card of be careful what you agree to. As in, be careful that you don't just say yes, 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 yes. Because this is telling me that the next 4 weeks are actually exhaustingly busy, and they're not exhaustingly, exhilaratingly busy. It's like a sense of obligation and a sense of, why did I say yes to that? I'm not actually sure. So this card is encouraging you to question your agreement, to question when you say yes, okay? There is a sense of every decision that you make has some kind of value-based judgment, okay? So this card is saying that shift your values around a little bit more and put yourself, if you can't put yourself at the forefront, put yourself up there in the top 5. Because this card is encouraging you not to say yes all of the time over the next 4 weeks. Otherwise, you're going to be frazzled. You're going to be, oh, what? You know, I can't fit that in, okay? So it's a great, if you want to be super duper busy, it's fantastic if you want to meet hundreds and hundreds of new people. But I'm getting that that's not your thing, that's not your focus at the moment, and that your focus has been more of a bit of a dream. You a bit like me in the whole thinking about it but not doing about it thing, and that card is saying, hey, find the balance there, and yeah, be adventurous, yeah, but only when you have enough you time as well. Okay, so hopefully that card spoke to you, my dear, and you're able to see that the cards are offering you an alternative, not a, you know, decisive you've got to, but they're asking you to explore, you know, what, if I did it that way, would it still suit me? Okay? You can always pop in and let us know how you went with your decision-making process. So I'll just confirm to anybody that's in the room at the moment that certainly I'm not somebody who sends messages that offer readings, take credit card details. I don't offer friend requests, and I don't ask you for your credit card details. I ask you to be very aware that the way that the internet works is, you know, sometimes very well stacked on people who are very unethical. And for some reason, I seem to be quite popular with people that want. I did manage to shut down one of the 3 people who were pretending to be me, so I considered that a win. So I just ask for your absolute discretion in making it known to people who are not me. And I'm here for you, and this is what I look like, so yeah. Okay, who's next on our list, the lovely Miss M?
Next we have Erin, who would like a card, please.
Erin, wonderful, most definitely. There's a sense of tiredness around you, Erin. There's a sense of, I'm a little bit exhausted, okay? So the cards are going to offer you a boost and a different way to think about something, but you underlying have a sense of that, you know what, it's just a bloody effort at the moment, and your commitment is being tested in regard to, actually feels like work, but there's not the rewards that are often associated with work. So there is something around you, Erin, that is very taxing, very draining for you, and it needs to shift. I believe that your commitment to this is very strong, and that you will find a different way to look at it. It's almost like it's a red bit of paper that needs to be pink, so it needs to be washed out a few times. There's a sense of physical exhaustion, which may mean that your health is not on top of the game. It's not where you would like it to be. I'm certainly getting there is a hesitancy in words and communication around you. But the overruling thing on this card is a bonus. So what this tells me is that you will get on top of it. You will most certainly find a different way to shift the energy of the exhaustion that's around you, Erin, and to be able to clear the debris from your path, okay? So hang in there, girl. You can make a difference, and know that the cards will send you a spiritual boost, so that that can help you on your way as well. So now, if there's anybody in the room that they themselves or they know of somebody that would like to be put on the healing list, I believe that there's a number of healing lists that I'm on that other people contribute to. So it's not just my sending distant healing, which is something I love to do. But if you know of anyone that's feeling poorly, that could do with an extra boost of spiritual lifts, then please just whack in a comment with the person's first name, and I'll be very, very happy to add them to the healing list for the week, and to see whether they can change and boost the energy around them. So I'm going to draw another card in a minute. I'll just have a little drink. Lovely. So Miss M, who's next on our list?
Samantha would like a card, please.
That's a great name. That's our second Samantha for the evening. Woohoo! Hello, second Samantha. I know that I find that people of my age, which is quite bloody old, they're often Susans or Debbies or Sharons. It's a very common name for my age group. So maybe Samantha was really quite popular for you young'uns, because Samantha, I'm definitely getting young and fresh energy of things that are changing around you. And psychically, you're telling me you're not ready. Whereas, you know what? I know you're ready, okay? I know that there is a sense of foundation. This is what this card is telling you. There's a sense of, you know what, that's really bloody important that I get that right. And Samantha, it really is on your side. There is a, you know what, I haven't ignored this. I haven't, you know, swept it under the carpet. I am embracing it. I am making change, and I am making a difference, okay? It's really essential that you know that your foundations are really strong and that you are very clear in the direction that you're going. You might be going sideways a couple of times, Samantha. So what? You know what? I like sideways. Enjoy it. You're on the right path. You're on the way that you need to be, and all the doubt that is around you, and this card, Samantha, is telling me that, you know what, it's helpful. You know, you're not a person who slows down easily. So, you know, a huge whack of self-doubt is slowing you down and is making you think, well, okay, hang on a minute, will I do that differently? Okay, there's a sense of cleansing, a sense of restoring your energy, you know. It definitely feels like an energetic rebuild around you, Samantha, and I see that as a wonderful thing. It's kind of like going to a spiritual day spa, you know. Okay, here's my aches and pains, you can have them. It's very pleasant, but there is the sense of obligation that is around there. So allow spirit to look after you, Samantha. They are on the right track. They are proving to be your very good friend, okay? Hopefully that's answered a few questions for you, and that you were able to see that the support that is around you, okay? So let's give the cards a bit of a cleanse. I wanted to show you something, if you don't mind humouring me. When I went to the crystal shop, they had these. It's actually in a set of 4, but I sold a couple of sets of them. They're little tiny witches' brooms with charms on them. So, like, they're for casting out energy. So, I'm not doing a very good job of showing you, but there are 4 in the set, and they're really quite cute. I didn't get enough of them to put them on my website, so but if you're interested in a gift for yourself or for someone else of a set of 4 brooms, they'll be $25 in a lovely little gift box. And yeah, you can always just pop us a message, but I just think they're really cute. I do get sidetracked by things that are sparkly, there's no doubt about that, which is why I can go off with the fairies really quite easily. So, the lovely Miss M, who's going to be our next card?
Our next card is, and I hope I'm pronouncing it right, is Kuana. Q-U-A-N-A.
Kuana. Now that actually is a beautiful name, and I would say that, please forgive my pronunciation because it's probably said a totally different way. And Quiana, I get a boost straight up of musical energy. I don't know whether it's you that's the singer or somebody around you, but I'm getting all this very uplifting music that is really, gives me goosebumps to be able to hear. I wish I could like turn up the volume so that all you guys can, you know, hear them as well, because there is a great sense of music, okay? Now, psychically, I'm getting, Quiana, that you are a healer. You are a healer of all kinds of people, and that they come to you for for protection. They come to you for like putting up barriers or putting up blocks, okay? So what this card is saying to you is that you need to incorporate your music in the work that you do, okay? There's, you know, a sense of this is your defense, this is the power that you give, the protection that you give. And it may be in a work environment or it may be in your social circle, but you're doing it really very well. And this card is your card of music. This is the beautiful voices that I can hear and the songs that I'm singing. And so the third card that you've drawn is my card of plenty, my card of joy. You have such a great gift that you give to other people, that sense of abundant, like, completeness. There's a beautiful, beautiful energy around you, and you do willingly share it. And what the cards are offering you is that, you know, maybe you don't need so many people in your world. Maybe you know, there's 2 or 3 people who you totally love, and maybe some time spent with just small groups instead of large groups will be what you're looking for. Because psychically I'm getting a restlessness and what am I doing this for, or I don't feel like on the right path. Whereas the cards are saying you are. The cards are saying maybe you just have too many people right now. You are somebody that functions well in a crowd. You are somebody that functions, you know, like doing lots of things at once. But what the cards are saying is scale it back, make it more intimate, make it more connective, and to sing your music. You know, if you're not somebody who sings out in public and you sing by yourself, then time by yourself, you know, get in that musical, that energetic kind of expression, okay? And use your songs and your music for your healing. Beautiful, beautiful energy you have, and I really thank you very much for popping in tonight. I've really enjoyed that, and I hope that your cards are able to offer you some answers to the energies around you at the moment. Okay? So the lovely Miss M, who is next on our list?
Next we have Nancy.
Nancy, what a fantastic name. I get the essence of a lot of a distance, Nancy. So psychically, I believe that you have, you know, closed ranks. You have shut the door to new adventures over the last few months, and that this is changing. And Nancy, you might not think you're ready for it. Psychically, you might think, whoa, hang on, no, I'm not yet. But no, Spirit is saying you are ready. Spirit is saying that things are shifting, and a couple of them are not so gentle. A couple of them are quite big, okay? There is a sense of you being able to make an energetic shift, okay? The sense of connection that you have to your gifts is the big energetic change that the cards feel for you. You have a gift of making people feel secure, a gift of making other people feel comfortable, okay? So these are beautiful spiritual gifts, and the security that you can offer and the sense of foundation is really important. So Nancy, what the cards are telling you is that you're going to be very, very busy. You're going to be very, very much in demand, and this is going to be not such a short-term thing, 3 to 6 months time, and that Spirit is there to support you, okay? If you want to hold back, then do. The cards are encouraging you to get in there and to be that busy and to, you know, really focus. So enjoy it. Nancy, Spirit is telling me, hang on a minute, she's not going to do that. And you know what? If you don't, so be it. Your choice. It will be there for when you're ready, okay? So don't feel pressured, Nancy. You let it happen on your time. You decide. So, I just need to have a wiggle around in my hot seat. It is energetically very warm in here. Not only are we sharing with the readings and the energy exchange there, I have got a whole room full of rocks as well, and it's very hot. Got the fan going, but at the moment it's not cutting it. It's like, oh, give me cold water. Let me shuffle the cards up before the oracle answers the next person's question. Now, we're on here, as in here, the internet, twice a week. But the days do chop and change a little bit because life happens and sometimes we can't stick to a rigid schedule. I call every time we get together a Friday Night Live. So today we're having a Friday Night Live on a Wednesday. And I do believe we will actually be back on Friday, will we? Later on? Or is this a Friday we won't be back? We'll be back on a Saturday.
We'll be...
See, I don't know.
Not sure.
I tell you what, we don't know. So the fact is, if you enjoy our time together, because I certainly enjoy it, you if you watch the Facebook page, Southern Cross Stones Oracle, I will let you know when we're going live. Yeah, I'm totally get the whole Perth is way too hot at the moment. There's a lot of spirit messages coming around tonight, which also increases the temperature in the room. So I think that they're getting their message across. So the lovely Miss M, who's going to be our next person?
Next we have Ritik, and they are asking about what is happening in December for them.
Okay, tell me their name again because I missed it. Ritik. Ooh, that sounds like a fantastic name. So, December, powerhouse. Let's have a look. Let's pull a card for your December, okay? Wow, big card. What this tells me is you have a couple of unanswered questions in your life at the moment, and that it is really important that you ask those questions. It's really important that you feel comfortable with processing the answers, okay? This month, the whole of December and in the whole of January as well, are busier than you imagine. They're busy with people and they're busy with other things. So these questions and this card is really asking you to do your research and to be really sure. I get the essence of something technical like a manual or a you know, how to do something, how to put it together. It's quite complex, and so all of the steps must be in the right order, okay? So what this card is saying is that you're going to be busy and you're going to need to double check quite a few things that cross your path in the next 6 weeks, okay? So hopefully you can take that on board and it doesn't create more work in an already busy 6-week period for you. So thank you for asking that question, and I hope it's giving you some answers that you require. I really do appreciate lots of people turning up tonight for our live. So let's have a look at the next person's question.
Next person is John, who would like a card, please.
John, great name. Let's get some very interesting, itchy spiritual energy. So my mum, when she, my mum was so superstitious, and I think I probably am too. When she got what I call itchy spiritual energy, that was always about movement, okay? So, John, initially I would say you have some short distance travel, but maybe 4.5 hours from the place that you live, okay? And that this is a little bit unexpected, but I see it as quite rewarding. I do not feel that it will be an outing with other people. I think that it will be quite a solitary thing, and that you almost like, oh my God, I'm by myself. Do I have the right music? Do I? Yeah. I do not see the purpose of this quick travel visit, John, but I don't get any distress. It's not for a reason of sadness or a reason of needing to do something straight away. I believe that you are jumping onto an opportunity or something that you've been kind of searching for or looking for, okay? So the card that I've drawn for you is the card of answers, okay? The card of, you know what? I've been delving a bit into the whole values and the whole what makes me tick and what I really stand for and what really is my wisdom, my maturity, okay? This is about, that you are very clear in what you want to do. Quite often this has a people edge to it, other people asking you how you came about your wisdom, how you came about making decisions that work just for you. And this card is saying, you know what? It's not really a public thing. It's not really something that other people need to understand. This is about you. This is about how you want to see yourself. This is about your whole self-worth, okay? And I'm definitely getting more itchy again. So, yeah. Please pop in and let us know where you went, because you will be going somewhere, and quite quickly. I certainly believe that it will be within the next few weeks, okay? So hopefully that's answered your question. Or, well, actually, I think I'd be happy if it gave you a few more questions. But I'm a bit like that. So hopefully, John, it's given you something to ponder. So we're getting really close to time, but I reckon we should squeeze somebody else in. What do you think, Miss M? Do we need to squeeze?
We do.
We need to squeeze. Is my baby sister in the room? I get that feeling.
She is.
Ah, I love that baby sister. I used to have lots of sisters, but a few of them decided they were needed to live in heaven, which is a bit unfortunate. But, thankfully I've still got a baby sister that I like and relate to well, so I got a couple of big sisters that, they're definitely doing it hard at the moment. So I must actually put them on my healing list. So let's see who actually, the lovely Miss M, who is a fantastic help up in the corner. She was horrified last time on the live that she saw herself. And I'm like, hey, I know how you feel, baby. I know. But she's a lovely, lovely, lovely person. So, okay, give it to us, Miss M. Who's going to be our lucky last for our Friday Night Live on a Wednesday?
Next, we have Joanna.
Joanna. Hello, Joanna. You know what I forgot to ask people tonight? I forgot to ask if you would kindly hit that share button. If you like me, I'd be very happy if you press the like button as well. But that whole share button, that's really helpful to me, especially after the live, because people can go back. And I think the last time of the live had like 800 people watch it afterwards. So yeah, it's really very helpful to my part of the universe if you would hit that share button and share it in all kinds of places, wherever you feel comfortable, to your friends, to your local, spiritual kind of group. So yeah, don't want you to get in trouble on the internet, of course, but yeah, please share me around. There's plenty of me, as you can see. Share me. So, remind me again. I'm off with the fairies. Who is it that's our lucky last?
Joanna.
Joanna. So, let's have a look for you, Joanna. Okay, let's have a look what the cards are offering. Very, very strong energy around you, Joanna. Very, very... you know what? You give advice for a living. I don't know whether it's in a field similar to mine or whether it's in a more academic field, but you have a lot of spirit work. So because of your busy work, you've drawn quite a number of cards. The first one is the message stone. Okay, this tells me that you have words to write. I see them as being official words. I see them as being like report writing or something within a work environment that is really quite important. You so do not want to do this. You so are not like keen on these words, but the cards are saying, you know what, just knock it out, just flap it. It doesn't have to have your heart. It doesn't have to like be precise in every way, okay? But it's asking you to use a very emphatic voice, okay? I do believe that the person who is the benefit of the words that you need to write is somebody who, I don't know whether they're treated harshly or whether people just don't like them, because there's a lot of rah, 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 rah around it, and it's almost like, yeah, your report writing needs to, there's a decision that needs to be made. And quite strongly, Joanna, I get that you have a lot of power in this. You have a lot of decisions, energy that affect other people. And you yourself personally, Joanna, I feel that at this moment you might be unsatisfied in your workplace and unsatisfied and not being able to pinpoint it. And there's a sense of, oh, where am I going with this? What's my purpose, And I'm not, what the cards are saying is that you don't need to figure that out this week. You're giving yourself a headache. There's like physical like manifestations of you being able to make a difference, okay? So what the cards are offering you, Joanna, is step back. Just do the structural work, do it to the best of your ability. That does not wear you out, okay? And Joanna, it's really, really important that you allow this year to fade, and it is next year that your energy will pick back up and that you will be able to get that zest back, get that desire. At the moment, it's just not there for you, baby. And I really, I feel for you. And I think that you're so used to having a lot of drive and a lot of zest. It's like, where the bloody hell is it? But these cards are saying it's coming back to you. So I'm really, really very, very excited that there's a lot of different new, exciting and older, comfortable energy in the room tonight. I really appreciate everyone being here. I totally understand that, I live in Perth, so I work on a Perth time zone. I will be looking at making a shift in times, but there's so many time zones in the world. I just have to trust that my time zone will attract and be able to give the messages out to the people that need to hear from me, okay? So I believe quite strongly that spirit is very vibrant in the room tonight. So there's a lot of unanswered questions, and there's a lot of spirit messages that have not been passed on. I think I have a great time in the hour we spend together, and I really enjoy the lives, but I simply cannot answer every question that's given to me, and I simply cannot speak to every spirit that pops in for a chat, and there's certainly been quite a few of them. So I say thank you very much. Thank you for coming and sharing with me tonight. I really appreciate your energy, and I really am very thankful to have you here. And please, if you follow the page, I will whack up a note when we're next having a chat. Okay? Thank you. God bless.